Hi everyone, welcome to today's lecture on Lean Management. I'm Professor Yang. I'm really excited to dive into this topic with you because honestly, Lean principles are everywhere on us. From how Amazon deliver your packages to how your favorite coffee shops manage its morning rush. By the end of the lecture, we understand how some of the world most successful companies eliminate waste, improve efficiency, and keep customers happy. And the best part, this concept can even help you organize your own life better. So let's get started. Covering today, we'll start with the introduction to Lean. What is it and where it came from? Then we'll explore the core principles and learn about the 7 wastes that kill productivity. After that, we'll look at the practical tools and techniques we can use and see some real world examples and wrap up with a summary that ties everything together. So what is lean management? At its core, it's all about eliminating waste and improving flow to create value for our customers. Think of it as a cleaning out your closet. You are getting rid of the stuff you don't need so that you can find what you actually want faster. Now, Lean didn't just appear out of nowhere. It originated from something called the Toyota Production System. Back in the 1950s, Toyota was struggled to compete with American car manufacturers. They didn't have the resources to waste, so they developed a system focused on efficiency and quality. And guess what? It worked so well that companies worldwide, from hospitals to restaurants to tech startups, now all use these same principles. Lean philosophy boils down to two main ideas. One is continuous improvement, and second is respect for people. You would have probably heard the phrase doing more with less. That's the lean philosophy in a nutshell. But it's not about squeezing more work out of people. It's about working smarter, not harder. So value equals what the customer actually needs minus waste. And that's the equation drives everything. So if you are running a pizza delivery service, value to the customer is to get a hot, delicious pizza to the customer quickly. And waste would be things like the driver getting lost, the pizza sitting on the counter getting cold, or making pizza that nobody orders. So the key insight here is your customer don't care what about your internal process. They just want their needs met efficiently. Lean is built on 5 core principles, and they flow in a logic sequence. First, specify value. Ask yourself, what does the customer actually want? For a college student ordering textbook online, value might be low prices, fast shipping, and the right edition. Secondly, identify the value stream. This means mapping out every single step from start to finish. In our textbook example, that's searching, ordering, payment processing, warehousing picking, packing, shipping, and delivery. And third is to create flow. Remove the bottleneck and the interruptions. If your textbook order sits in the warehouse for 3 days before anyone packs it, that's not flow, that's a traffic jam. The fourth principle is establish a pool. This means producing only what's needed when it's needed. The warehouse should not print shipping label for orders that haven't been priced yet, right? That would be wasteful. And the last one is pursue perfection. This is about continuous improvement. Maybe this semester the bookstore gets your order right 95% of the time. Next semester they will aim for 98%, and it's a never-ending journey. This is something crucial to remember regarding the understanding of value. Value is defined by the customer, not by you or your company. Let me give you a related example. Imagine you are at Chipotle. What adds value to your experience? The experienced employee quickly assemble your burrito bowl exactly how you want it. That adds value. But if you are standing in line for 15 minutes because they are understaffed, or if they are in the back room counting inventory while you're waiting, that's waste. Those activities might be necessary for running the business, but from your perspective as a hungry customer, they are not adding value to your burrito bowls. So that's why Lean forces us to think from the customer perspective first and always. Okay, let's talk about the 7 types of waste, or muda in Japanese. These are the enemies of efficiency. The first one is inventory, having too much stuff sitting around. If you are ever bought groceries that expired before you could eat them, you have experienced inventory waste. And waiting, idle time when nothing is happening. Have you ever waited for a document to print while your professor holds up the whole class? That's waiting waste. And actually it's everywhere. And the third one, defects, errors and mistakes that requires rework. Getting the wrong order at the drive-thru means they have to remake it. Wasted ingredients, wasted time, and a frustrated customer. And the fourth one is overproduction, making more than needed. Restaurants that prepare too much food that goes bad, or printing 200 flyers when you only need 50. And this is the overproduction. And motion, unnecessary movement of people. Imagine working at a retail shift where the supplies you need are scattered all over the store instead at your workstation. All that walking back and forth are waste motion. Transportation, moving things around unnecessarily. Think about how frustrating it is when your online order gets shipped to the wrong distribution center and has to be rerouted, and that's the wasted transportation. And the last one is the over-processing, doing more than the customer wants, like when a website makes you create an account, verify your email, answer security questions, and fill out a survey just to download one PDF file. And the customer just wanted the PDF. In order to reduce the 7 waste we mentioned in previous slide, and we can apply one of the simplest but most powerful Lean tool called 5S. It is a workplace organization method that can literally be applied everywhere, your workspace, your kitchen, or even your backpack. The 5S are: first one, sort. Get rid of what you don't need. Be honest. Do you really need 47 pens in your desk drawer when you only need 3 of them work? Set in order. Arrange everything so that it's easy to find and use. Your phone charger should always be in the same spot, not hiding under your bed one day and in your car the next day. Shine. Keep everything clean. A clean workspace helps you spot problems. If your desk is always messy, you won't notice when something actually wrong. Standardize. Create consistent practices. Maybe every Sunday night, you organize your backpack for the week, and that's a standardization. Sustain. Make it a habit. This is the hardest part. It's easy to organize once, but to maintain it requires discipline. I would like to challenge you. Try implement 5S in your study area this week and see if it will help your productivity. I bet it will. Stream mapping is like creating a detailed roadmap of a process from start to finish. The purpose is to visualize both the material flow, which means the physical stuff moving around, and the information flow, which include something like data, orders, and communications. Here's a college-relevant example. Think about your own process of registering for classes. The value stream mapping includes checking the course catalog, meeting with your advisor, and getting registration clearance, logging onto the FICO Online system, selecting courses, and confirming enrollment. When you map this out, you might discover bottlenecks, like maybe the advising appointment system only has 3 starts per day, creating a huge backup. Or maybe you don't realize you need to clear a financial hold before you can register, so you don't waste the time just trying to enroll when you are actually blocked. Value stream mapping helps identify these problems so you can fix them. And in manufacturing, this might mean save millions of dollars. In your college experience, it might save you hours of frustration. It's all about producing only what is needed and when it's needed. No more, no less, just it in the amount needed. Think about how Netflix works. With Netflix online streaming, you pull exactly the movie you want, exactly when you want it, and that's a pull system. Compare that to traditional TV, which pushes content at you according to a TV schedule. You might want to watch a specific show, but you have to wait until Thursday at 6 p.m., and that's a push system. Kanban is a visual signal system that makes this work. In its simplest form, a Kanban might be an empty bin that signals we need more parts. In a restaurant kitchen, it might be the order ticket that tells the cook what to make next. Kaizen is one of my favorite lean concepts because it's so empowering. It means small and incremental improvements made by everyone in the organization. Notice I said everyone. In traditional management, only executives or engineers make process improvements. In lean concept, the person doing the job is considered the expert on that job and is encouraged to suggest improvements. Let's look at the example on the slide. A factory team reduced tool change time from 10 minutes to 5 minutes just by rearranging tools and marking their locations. That's not a $1 million investment in new technology. It's just a simple, clever improvement suggested by the people doing the work. And we can also apply Kaizen in our personal life. Let's say it takes you 30 minutes every morning to get ready for work or class because you are always hunting for your keys, wallet, and the laptop charger. A Kaizen improvement might be setting up a designated spot by the door where these items always go. Simple, but now you have cut your morning stress in half. The philosophy that 1% improvements done daily compound into massive results over time. Yoki means designing processes or products in a way that makes mistake impossible or immediately obvious. And the example on the slide are very perfect examples. USB plugs. Have you ever tried to plug in a USB drive and had to flip it 3 times before it went in? That's because the older USB designs were not perfectly symmetrical. The new USB-C connectors work either way. That's Poka-Yoki. They design out the error. And microwave door locks. The microwave won't run unless the door is completely closed. This prevents you from accidentally microwaving with the door open and exposing yourself to radiation. That's error-proofing in action. And we can have other examples in our daily life. Your car won't let you take the key out unless it's in parking mode. Online forms that won't submit unless the required fields are filled out. Elevator that won't close the door if someone is in the way. The goal here is to make processes mistake-proof so that even on the worst day, when you are tired and distracted, you can't accidentally mess things up. It means documenting the best known way to do a task and then making sure everybody does it the same way. This isn't about controlling people, it's about capture what works and spreading that knowledge. Visual management makes problem immediately obviously. The classic example is when manufacturing plants paint floor spaces different colors, yellow for walkways, red for danger zones, green for finished goods. You can tell at a glance if something's wrong. In our daily life, visual management might be a whiteboard calendar on your wall where you can see all the deadlines at once, or color coding your class folder so that you can grab the right one without thinking. The idea here is the workplace should tell you what's happening without you have to ask or search for information. So if lean management is working or not, we need to measure results. And here are the key metrics. Cycle time, how long it takes to complete one unit work. For Amazon, this might be how long from when you click buy to when the package leaves the warehouse. Lead time, total time from customer request to delivery. This includes the waiting time. So if it takes Amazon 2 days to ship your package, but it sets in their system for 3 days first, the lead time is 5 days, even though cycle time is only 2 days. Takt time, the rate which you need to produce to meet customer demand. In a fast food restaurant, gets 120 customers per hour, their takt time is 30 seconds per customer. They need to serve at least that fast or line will build up. Throughput, how much you are producing in a given time period. Units per hour, customers served per day, something extra, etc. And first pass yield, the percentage of products or services that was done right for the first time with no defect or rework needed. These metrics help you spot problem and track improvements over time. Lean started in manufacturing, but the simple principles work everywhere. And let's compare the lean management in manufacturing and in service industries. In manufacturing, we are focused on the material flow, how parts and products move through the factory. We use a tool like Kanban boards to control inventory level and Jiduka, which means stopping the production line immediately when a defect is detected so it doesn't get worse. In services, we are focusing on the information flow and the customer flow. A hospital using Lean principles might redesign their emergency room so that patients spend less time waiting and more time receiving care. They want to eliminate redundant paperwork and standardize communication between doctor and nurses. And think about your college registration process. That's a service. Lean management would ask, how can we reduce the number of steps students need to complete the registration process? And how can we eliminate waiting times? And how can we make a form clear so that there are few errors? Let's be real, implementing Lean management isn't always easy. Here are the three biggest challenges. Employment resistance. Change is scary. If you've been doing your job the same way for 5 years, and suddenly someone says, we are changing everything, the first reaction might be defensive. People worry that improvement is code for layoffs, or that experience or knowledge won't be valued. The solution? I think we need to involve employees from the very beginning. Make them part of the solution, not the victim of the change imposed from above. And the second one is lack of leadership support. If management says we are doing Lean, but they doesn't provide time, resources, or follow through, it will fail. Imagine if your college announced a new student success initiative, but didn't hire any additional advisors or tutors. They're just empty words, right? So to some degree, Lean requires some genuine commitment from the top, not just the lip service. Poor training and measurement. You cannot just tell people to be more Lean or expect results. They need training on the tool and techniques, and you need to measure progress so people can see their efforts are making a difference. If you implement Kaizen but never track whether improvements actually worked, people will lose motivation. So the good news is all these changes are solvable with the right approach. The comparison between Lean approach and traditional approach. So traditional management focus on keeping resources and equipment busy. Everyone should work 100% of the time. Lean focus on customer value flow. We should produce exactly what the customer needs when they need it, even if that means the machines sit idle sometimes. Regarding the inventory, traditional approach says just in case, keep buffer stock so we never run out. Lean says just in time, hold minimal inventory because inventory costs money and hide problems. Regarding production, traditional use push system based on forecast. We think we'll sell 1,000 units next month, so let's make 1,000. Lean use pull system based on the actual demand. A customer just ordered one, so let's make one. And regarding quality, traditional approach expects quality at the end. Make it and then check it. Lean build quality at the source. If you see a defect, stop and fix it immediately so defects never move forward. For the improvement, traditional approach does periodic improvement, maybe a big project once a year. Lean does continuous Kaizen, small improvements every single day. So regarding the batch size. Traditional approach make large batches for efficiency, while Lean prefers small batches or even single-piece flow because it's more flexible and responsive. Let's wrap up our lecture. Remember the core equation: Lean equals eliminate waste plus add value. Everything we've talked about today flows from that simple idea. Focus on flow, not just efficiency. It's better to have work moving smoothly towards the customer than to have everybody or everything busy doing things that don't add value. And empower people at all levels. The best idea often come from the people actually doing the work. Create a culture where everyone feels safe to suggest improvements and experiment with new approaches. And the third one is improve continuously, not periodically. Lean is not a one-time project you complete and then forget about it. It's a mindset. Always ask, how can we do this better? Prevent problem with built-in quality. Use the Poka-yoke and the standard work to make mistakes difficult or impossible, rather than rely on inspection to catch errors after they happen. And we have several proven tools under Lean concepts. 5S for organization, value stream mapping to understand processes, Kaizen for continuous improvement, Kanban for visual workflow management, and Poka-yoke for error prevention. They are not just a theoretical concept, they are practical tools we can use immediately and even in our daily life. Finally, remember that success requires leadership commitment, cultural transformation, and long-term thinking. We cannot just implement Lean tools superficially and expect magic results. It requires a fundamental shift in how we think about work, problem, and improvement. And that's the end of the lecture. Thank you.